clan, friends, and honored guests. I am the player of Ulric Kalen's son, the Jarl of Munins Vox, a sim here in the Tormarkfell region. Why don't you come around sometime and have Radish serve you a mead? That being said, let us cover our legal butts first off. Johnny, take it away.
The views and opinions expressed by Ulric Kalen's son, Jarl of Munins Vox, are not those, nor do they reflect the views and opinions of the owners, admins, and moderators of the Tormarkfell region.
Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate the hell out of that. Let me also, as always, thank Bane and Branwyn, without whom this could not be possible, and Mr. John Norman, without whom this would not have been necessary. Furthermore, tonight's talk is brought to you by Tormarkfell Mead. Yes, Tormarkfell Mead, the Jarl of Meads. Why not share a cool, refreshing horn of mead with friends today? And now, on to the talk. Tonight's topic, Darwin and the Bully, or how strength became abuse in SL Gore. There will be no goddamn note cards. You may thank me later for that. Silver, can you please turn off your mic? Thank you, dear. I understand. We're going to start out a little highbrow and then get down to it. First off, Charles Darwin, originator of the concept of the evolution of species through natural selection. What, if anything, does it have to do with fucking gore? It has everything to do with fucking gore. Primarily through the incorrect usage of the idea of social Darwinism. Let me start off by telling you right now, across the board, you can check it out, you can take it to the bank and cash it. Social Darwinism is bullshit. Social Darwinism does not work. Social Darwinism is a goddamn lie. That being said, and moving forward from that, social Darwinism is one of the basic tenets, one of the basic components to gore. When we go out and we investigate gore in the rest of the world, and we find out what do people think of gore, what are the positives and the negatives of gore, we hear a common criticism. In fact, it's a dead horse as far as I'm concerned, meaning as in to beat a dead horse. And that criticism is that gore is sexist, sadomasochistic pornography involving the ritual humiliation of women. Alright, well, look, if we weren't cool with the various aspects of the Gorean philosophy that other people interpret as that, we wouldn't be fucking playing in goddamn SL Gore now, would we? We'd be playing something the fuck else, wouldn't we? So that is not the criticism that I'm going to engage in this evening, because as I said, I believe it to be a dead horse. Yes, exactly, we'd all be playing Game of Thrones. The criticism I'm going to be engaging in this evening is that gore, as a philosophy, promotes social Darwinism and Ludditism. What is a Luddite? A Luddite is originally an anti-technologist, primarily from the Industrial Revolution. Men who felt they were losing their jobs to machines, and so they basically cocked up the gears. They fucked up the machinery, and their leader was a mythological, non-existent person called King Lud. Who do you serve? We serve King Lud. We know that Norman is a professor of philosophy in real life. He is a professor of philosophy, and he is also a classical scholar. He also happens to hold the opinion that, at least he did write this in his thesis, that society went off the rails at the time of the Industrial Revolution. Now, there's something to be said for that. Here's the problem. It's a common misconception. It's this idea that, oh, if we could only go back, things would be so much better. Bullshit! Things would be better. Are you fucking kidding me? You can talk all day and all night about the deplorable standards of the average Victorian individual living at the lowest level of society during the time of the Industrial Revolution, and you would be correct. However, if you think that before the Industrial Revolution it was all cake and punch, you live in a fucking fantasy world. If you for a heartbeat would have liked to live the life of a medieval serf, then there's something wrong with you. Your mommy and daddy didn't give you enough love and attention. You apparently don't appreciate air conditioning, central heating, televisions, radios, newspaper, doctors, medical care across the board, electric lights, hot water baths, finely made clothes. The list goes on. But what again does this have to do with Gore? And how does it have to do with Darwin and the bully? Let us for a moment examine the erroneous assumption of social Darwinism and of evolution in general. The statement is that the fittest survive. The fittest survive, the fittest propagate, and therefore the traits of the fittest are passed on the most. All right. Now, that is supposed to be one of the core tenets of Gore. That the Gorean man, primarily, is far superior to the Earthman. How is he superior? Well, we know, first of all, he does not suffer from most of the biological problems that we Earthmen do. There's no cancer on Gore. There are very few genetic disabilities. We see genetic disabilities on Gore primarily almost exclusively amongst the bred exotic slaves, who will occasionally have a hunched back, or a cleft lip, or a clubbed foot. Because of this, the Gorean man also does not suffer from biologically caused mental illness. There are no manic depressive bipolars on Gore. There's probably no incidence of schizophrenia on Gore. Therefore, the Gorean man biologically is fitter. Now, the assumption of social Darwinism is that because he is a more fit biological creature, and because he's a social creature, he will have more fit social constructs. Like I said, this is the highbrow part of the conversation. Now, that's all well and good, except for one goddamn pin-headed motherfucking problem. No one in this fucking room anybody here who's a lifestyler starts to get hot under the collar and look for a set of matches to set me on fire, let me explain. When they follow a philosophy without being a member of a genetic group, meaning if you want to be a Hindu, I encourage you to do so. By all means, carry on. I have no problem with the fact that you might want to be a Hindu. But being a Hindu does not mean you are now from India. You may say, I am a Hindu. You may not say, I am Indian. Or any of the sub-peoples and groups of that area. Now, therefore, you can say, I follow a Gurian philosophy. But you cannot say you are Gurian. You were raised on Earth. We were all raised with human attitudes, earthly attitudes, and then the attitudes of our place on Earth, our region, our state, our country, our nation, as well as our family, our community, our town, our religion, our military service, our social endeavors, etc. And it is we who must come into S.L. Gore and play out being Koreans, which means we're always playing motherfucking catch-up. All right? We may endeavor to have our interactions in-game be as Korean as possible, but our interactions are always going to be colored by the fact that we are, in fact, from Earth. Again, what's the goddamn point, Ulric? You sure do got a pretty mouth, boy, but when are you going to get to the point? Here's the point. The point is that Gore is supposed to be about individual strength. Gore is supposed to be about self-determination. Gore is supposed to be about excellence. Excellence of body, excellence of mind, excellence of spirit, excellence of action. What does S.L. Gore turned into? S.L. Gore has turned into a place that harbors the motherfucking bully. You heard me right, the bully. And the bully justifies his actions. Oh, by how? Well, by saying it's Korean. We all know what the common phrase is. Come on, kids, let's all do it together. Gore is a harsh world. Thank you, Branwen. Gore is a harsh world becomes the excuse. It becomes the excuse. What Gore is a harsh world really means is I've got a really good out to be a prick. Hey, look at me. I'm in S.L. Gore. I can push around anybody that I can click faster than. Hey, look at me. I'm in S.L. Gore. I got a swinging dick, so everybody better bow down and fucking respect me or I'll start clicking at you. Woohoo! I sure am bad stuff. No, you're a pathetic boy, is what the fuck you are. Now, that brings up this question, but Ulric, we're limited to that, aren't we? Isn't it only how we can click? No, it's not. In a role-play environment such as this on a computer, you have several different levels of interaction. One of those is quote-unquote meter combat. Clicky-click. One of those is words. Many a fight is won before it ever starts by words. Another of those is reputation. These are the ways that we can interact. By meter combat, by our type words, and by our reputation. But that's not what happens. What happens is you get guys who have the worst reps in the world. You know them, I know them. Every motherfucker who stays in goddamn SL long enough eventually gets to know them. They've got terrible reps. They've got reps for being OC assholes, for not keeping their word, for fucking people over, for having bad business dealings. The list goes on and on and on, and they strut around acting like they're somebody and like you need to listen to them. That's the bully mentality. I'm bigger than you, so you best do what I say, or I might click at you. Now you may think this is only limited in SL Gore to meter combat. It's not. It's the exact same attitude you see prevalent on the Korean forums. Oh, I'm sorry, the Gorums. Yeah, whatever. Cute little name. The Korean forums are full of this attitude of the bully. It is my belief that the attitude of the bully is non-Korean. The bully doesn't have real strength. What we get told is, oh, but the laws of a city only extend as far as its walls, and the scope of a man, what a man may do, extends as the length of his steel, etc., etc., etc. Now, I dig that. I understand what you're saying. That's no different than saying that during the period, the Victorian period in the American West, all right, justice was a gun. I get that. The strong do what they want. To some extent, might makes right. That's all well and good. Except, that's not what we have. What we have is a bunch of little piss ants who want to tell you what to do. That's the equivalent. If you came here today, let me just show you how this works. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my talk today. From now on, you will follow these rules. You all will do this. You all will do that. Why? Because I'm Ulric motherfucking Kalen's son, and I said so. I happen to think that's bullshit. Fuck that. What do you mean you're going to tell me what to do? Everybody wants to dream up all this nonsense about what's going to determine how SL Gore is going to be run. Alright? How it's going to be run. Let me tell you what the fuck runs SL Gore. And runs every other goddamn sim in SL. I don't care if it's a Hobbit sim, a Pretty Little Pony sim. I don't give a shit if it's a how let's go and get banged by farmyard animals fucking sim. Or a fucking sim you may ever go to any goddamn place, any goddamn time in goddamn SL is run by one motherfucking bully. You got me? More. Running back. That's what the fuck runs SL. You're going to tell me that people get together, they put up Korean sims, they pay out the goddamn money, and they have to bow down to you? They have to ask your opinion? You get the right to tell them how they're going to run their sim that you're not even paying for? You have got to get out of your goddamn pin-headed mind. Yes, I'll move my mic away. There. Is that any better? They are more than welcome. Now I can yell. Thank you. Money! Money runs SL. Money runs Sim. Tier has to be fucking paid. And if you pay tier on a Sim, any of you, if you pay tier on a sim, that's your sim and you pay for it, by God, you have the right, the inalienable motherfucking capitalist right, to say how it's going to be run and what's going to fucking happen on it. I regard these people on the forums and in the groups who go around telling everybody how to run their business, and giving everybody who's doing a hard day's work trying to get their shit together, and telling them what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it, and if they don't, mocking them, belittling them, and bullying them, I consider them to be fucking communists. That's right. They're goddamn communists. Why? Because they want to rule. They want to say that a man who goes to work, busts his ass, gets his paycheck, pays for his rent, pays for his food, pays for his electricity, and then has a little money left over to waste on a goddamn computer game that he wants to run because there are pretty girls on it who will suck his cock, has to obey them. Fuck them. That is the bully. That is not Darwinism. That is not the fittest. The fittest is not determined merely by strength. The fittest is determined by speed as well. The fittest is determined by hardiness, constitution. The fittest is determined by determination itself, by will, by strength. And it is also determined by goddamn smarts. You're gonna sit there, not you all. This is the people I'm talking to out in the vague ether here. These people sit on the fucking forums. 9/10 of them. That's unfair. I told a lie. 7/10 of them don't even fucking play Go anymore. And they're gonna sit on the goddamn fucking forum. And they're gonna sit in groups that they don't even have a fucking home sim that they log into and role play. And try to push and order people around. I do not accept for a moment that these goddamn shaved-ass monkeys have any right to tell Drock, or Ryder, or Jundar, or Bane and Wynn how to run their motherfucking servers. What they are is bullies. And we all know how bullies perform when there's more than one of them. Now, don't we? Oh, you're always a big man when you've got a crowd behind your ass. Don't you? But that's what happens. Then they start posting up all these suggestions. Here's how we will run Sims in SL Gore from now on. Really? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? This is how you're all are going to run the Sims that other people are paying for, that other players are role-playing on, that other men have to go to fight the battles for, that other people have to put up the websites, that other people have to do the buildings, that other people have to put up the buildings themselves after the land edits are done, check the textures, make sure there are nice little freebie giveaways for people who are new, set up new player centers, put together markets, hold dances, talks, classes, events, do whatever, and you have some right to tell them how to run their sim. It reminds me of the little red hen. No one wanted to help make the goddamn bread, but they all wanted to help eat the goddamn bread. Now, what does this mean in terms of my talk this evening? Here's my opinion that primarily because we come from Earth, we're not Koreans, we weren't raised on Gore, that we fall short of the measure. And that we end up supplanting for strength abuse. Because we have all these fucking issues. Strength is undeniable, my friends, my brothers. Strength cannot be taken away from you. They say strength can be crushed. Strength cannot be crushed. Only the body can be denied life. That is all. Pain? Fuck pain. Pain remains the sensation of weakness leaving the body. Strength is eternal. Strength belongs to you once you have taken it. It is not merely measured by muscle and bone and cartilage. It is measured far deeper. Strength allows us to endure the unendurable. But what happens in this game, and I remind you it is a game, men who are supposed to be strong exhibit their strength through abuse, through being punks, through being little shitheads. And rarely do they have the huevos, the cojones, to confront any of you, my brothers. Oh, no, 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 my brothers. Once you jump, once Froggy jumps, they scuttle off and shut up, or take you down as best they can, click, click, and run away. Who do they want to abuse? They want to abuse your boss. They want to abuse your free women, because nothing makes a man bigger than slapping a woman in the kisser, right? Bullshit. Notice how they all crawl away when a man comes on the scene. We recently had a situation like this here in the Tormark Fell. I'll elucidate. We had a slimy, twinkle-toed little cocksucker who was going around raping our free women. Now, you say, Ulric, it's just role play. Calm down. You're right. If it were just role play, I would calm down. Except some of our women, I into this goddamn piece of shit. And said, hey, wait a minute, can we work something else out? You know, I got a free companion, I'm currently pregnant, this, that, or the other thing. And he would say to them, NIMOC, oh, no, just, if you just try it, it'll be fine. Just lay back, you'll enjoy it. No, just don't fight, you'll enjoy it. Okay, it's not just fucking role play now. It's an abusive prick. And what would happen, oh my brothers, every time a man came near him on the mini-map? He would run away and get to a TP point. Leave the Sims. Real brave cocksucker. Huh. Brave man. Strong man. No. Pathetic little bully. A boy. Pathetic little bully. We banned his ass. Oh well. So sad, too bad. He got what he earned. Okay. Now, about now, I assume most of you are going, we hear what you're saying already. Well, we agree with you for the most part. But what's it got to do with anything? I mean, aren't you just standing up there verbally pulling your pud, telling us shit we already knew? Maybe I am. But there's the point. And the point is this. If we are going to role play gore, whether we're good men or bad men, if we're going to portray the men of gore, let us at least do so with excellence. Let us at least do that with excellence. We have a lot of enemies. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are a lot of people that fucking hate the Tormark Fell. I mean, it ruins their fucking day that we exist. That's how pathetic and empty their lives are. They get up in the morning, they log on the desk, and they go, oh, what the fuck, goddamn 12 Sims still there, son of a bitch, I gotta get on the forums and post something about it. You can take that one of two ways. You can say water off a duck's back. It doesn't fucking matter, it's a goddamn game. Fuck them. Fine philosophy. You can take it the way I take it, which is basically ask the question, who's the motherfucker down here who signed his own death warrant? Who's the little cocksucker that decided to fuck with me and mine? Because I got news for you. when they're posting up bullshit in the groups and they're posting up bullshit on the forums, they're not being in character. Man, if you want to land on the fucking docks of the Tormarkville and talk shit to my face, come on. I would love that. We might roleplay for 2 or 3 hours before that shit. You know? You want to start something in game, in a character, as part of a storyline. That's why we're all fucking here. I'm not trying to advocate some goddamn pretty pony, goddamn Care Bear jelly bean dancing around motherfucking happy world. I'm saying that when you go at me, OC, you took a go at me, and I'm gonna stick my fucking boot up your ass. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying don't take abuse. You don't have to. Not only are you better than it, your community's better than it, Gore's better than it. Don't fucking play with the goddamn bully.
Well, you're gonna do what I fucking say because I represent you.
You represent bullshit. Until you represent my motherfucking checkbook, you represent bullshit.
Well, we're gonna come up with a list of rules, and everybody that wants to be privileged to retain the status as a real green sim will have to come up with and obey those rules.
Oh, really? You want to say how I'm going to run my sim? No problem. I'll let you say how my sim is run absolutely tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pay the motherfucking tier 2, cocksuckers! What is this bullshit about how we're going to pay for it, we're going to build it, we're going to maintain it, we're going to run it, we're going to do the admin and mod calls, we're going to host the event, and some third group party gets to tell us how we're going to run it? Some non-aligned motherfucker who thinks he's the end-all and be-all of Gore, thinks he knows everything about fucking Gore, because he's got a note card with some motherfucking quotes in it. And not one of them longer than a fucking paragraph. Most of them a sentence taken from the middle of a paragraph that when viewed in a mirror backwards proves his point. Gore should not be the province of the bully. Gore should be the province of the strong. And the strong do not need to bully. Because the strong can enact. Through their words, through their deeds, through their reputation, and through their strength. Don't ever feel bad if someone says,
Oh, you're Disney.
or if someone says, oh yes, you're from the Tormark family, over there in Gorlando. Don't ever feel bad. It's a badge of fucking honor, in fact, because here's how it works. When I have no arguments, when I have no proof, when I have nothing substantive to say, then all I can say is pithy bullshit. I can't actually say anything about what you're doing that's wrong, so I call you Disney. I can't actually have a conversation like a goddamn human being, so I call you Gorlando. Because I'm a fucking moron. All I have is cheap shots. That's it. Let me address the bonds and the free women for a moment. You may not believe this, brothers, but these women get more shit than you could ever dream of. They just don't tell us. And they don't tell us because they love us and respect us. and they don't want us to know. Stop doing that shit. Tell us. Fucking tell us. Don't fucking take crap. We're here for you. Don't fucking let anybody get in your IMs and talk shit to you. Tell us. That's the other way the bully works in SL Gore. Oh, I won't pick on the men. I'll just pick on the girls. Because what can she do? She's just a goddamn bitch in Gore. I can say anything I want to her. OC, IC, YC, GC, AC, DC. What's that bitch gonna do? So tell us, because we can do something. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us and we'll punch them in the face. Tell us and we'll play clicky-click with them. Tell us we'll get them banned. Tell us and we'll fucking get in their IMs and tell them to get the fuck off of you. Don't let anybody snigger at you about your Jarl. Fuck them. What has he ever done for you? Don't let anybody snigger at you about your free companion. Fuck them. What have they done for you? And all of you, don't ever let anybody snigger at you, no matter where you're from. I don't care if you're from the 12 mark. I don't give a rat's ass if you're from the 12 mark or not. You can be from fucking Caracas for all I care. But don't let anybody ever talk unsubstantiated bullshit to you about your admins, your mods, your owners, your operators, your brothers, your sisters, your fellows, your kinsfolk, the people who consistently have been there to back you the fuck up. Tell each and every one of them every time to go fuck themselves. Now, what was the important part of that? The important part of that was unsubstantiated. Don't be blind either. Don't have such, for lack of a better term, nationalistic pride that you can't see failures. Because in a good community, seeing failures means failures get addressed and get fixed. I'm saying don't let people talk shit to you. Do not accept the bully anymore. Draw a line in the sand. Say, this is Gore, and Gore is no place for the bully. And when they sneer at you over that line and go,
that just shows how much you know, motherfucker, because Gore is a harsh goddamn world, and it's about fucking strength. And because I'm fucking strong, I can put my dick right in your motherfucking face, bitch.
just realize that you're dealing with a psychopath. I'm going to go back real quick here to the Wild West. The law of a city extends no further than its walls. The power of a man, the length of his steel. People say it's like the Wild West. Yes, it was. But there was still motherfucking law in the Wild West. Now, you can talk about Tombstone, Arizona all day and all night. You can talk about John Wesley Hardin all you want. John Wesley Hardin shot a man for snoring. That's what a mean, badass motherfucker he was. And he was hunted like a dog. There is still social convention in Gore. There is still standards. There's a reason that outlaws live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Yeah, it's like the Wild West. You bet. Let me tell you the other thing about the Wild West. People in the Wild West had very, very good manners. You may not believe that, but it's true. Very, very good manners. You know why they had very, very good manners? They had very, very good manners because every motherfucker had a gun. Now let's equate that back home here. Everybody has a goddamn weapon. Oh, I get it. They want to laugh and say that a free woman with a dagger is bullshit. You know why? Because they understand how the clicky-click meter works. I got news for you. A piece of sharpened steel is a piece of sharpened steel, and only a motherfucking fool thinks that that's no threat to him. In a real-life situation, pound for pound, no matter how strong you are, if you're sitting drinking at a table, staring off into space, and bitch comes up behind you with a straight razor, you will get your fucking neck slit. But see, they want to mingle all this crap in. They want to say,
well, the meter in her hands of a woman with a reduced value, blah, 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 blah. She can't do anything to me, and I'll down that if she does shit. Then I'll call her, then I'll take her back home, then I'll rape her. Oh, we're going to be raping some fine-ass bitches tonight.
and so then that becomes the motivation for their role play. And what we end up with is a pack of pricks. Or as I like to call it, a shower of bastards. Today, I read something interesting that I would like to share with you. And in the spirit of S.L. Gore note cards, rather than reading you the entire motherfucking thing, I'm just going to read you one fucking sentence. Here's the sentence, if you will indulge me. The LCS meter is currently one of the most divisive issues in S.L. Gore. Most Gorean men
Oh shit. I got. There we go. I'm back on.
Here we go. As I was saying, thank
Sound
you.
microphone
Thank you,
muted.
LCS is currently the most divisive issue in Gore. And most Gorean men will not use it and will refuse to role play with those that do. That was the statement. I'll let that sink in for a moment while I light a smoke. Once again, LCS is currently the most divisive issue in S.L. Gore. Most Gorean men will not use it and refuse to role play with those that do. All right. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Seriously? You have got to be fucking joking. LCS is the most divisive issue in S.L. Gore? Okay, I assume everybody here has been a part of online communities before. I've been a part of online communities since way back in the old bulletin board days. Now let me ask y'all, you've been a part of online communities and you use all this nonsense, Facebook, Twitter crap, etc. Is it just me, or is it a divided online community normally at its fucking throat? I mean, aren't normally people frothing at the mouth, falling over backwards, attacking old friends of theirs, writing flame posts that go on and on and on and on and on, using language that would make a Marine blush, going at each other like the fucking apocalypse has fallen? But LCS is the most divisive issue currently. Now, I take currently, let me look at that statement again. Currently, LCS. Currently, I take currently to mean at the moment that cocksucker wrote the post. And not 60 seconds later. So within those 60 seconds, it was the most divisive issue in S.L. Gore. Most Gorean men. Let's look at that statement again. We've already said that we're speaking about S.L. Gore. So why the need to say Gorean men and not just men? Why not say most men refuse to use it? Why say most Gorean men refuse to use it? Well, there's the obvious intimation that real men, no real man,
No, he, man. Brother, can you tell what's going on?
Would use the LCS meter. Alright, so clearly only punk-ass chumps and little baby bitches use the LCS meter. And they refuse to role play with those that use it. What the fuck does role play have to do with what meter I'm wearing? And what do you mean by role play? Because if by role play you mean click at me with your mouse, oh dear. This is an example, a prime example of what I was talking about before the world ended and we all crashed on our asses and everything went black and we tumbled down into the darkness and then were pulled back up into the light, into the glory that was our life. This is softly a bully's statement. We've already started to see it. We've already heard from people. If you all change to the LCS meter, then we're going to fill in the blank you. We're going to ban you. We're going to stop role-playing with you. We're going to keep you off our sims. Now, here's one of the things I heard. If you switch to the LCS meter, we'll ban you. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean if I come to your sim and I break your rules by not using your meter, you'll ban me? That seems fucking fair. Or does that mean if I change to LCS, but when I go to your sim and put on your meter, you'll ban me anyway to teach me a motherfucking lesson? See, that's what I happen to think it is. I happen to think that's what's being said. I happen to think that what's being said is, you best do what we say. We're in charge. Fuck you that you pay for your own sim. We're in charge. We're the SL Korean community. I'm not. I'm just one guy on one sim. But I'll show you. I'll learn you. You damn well better knuckle down. And where is this being said? This is being said, for fuck's sake, in a goddamn community that promotes masculine strength. That is the dumbest fucking shit I have ever heard of in my life. You're going to walk into a biker bar and you're going to say, "Who's the bitch with the hog outside?" And expect that people are not going to want to tear your fucking face off. But you see, for too long in SL Gore, the bully has run. The bully has been in charge. The bully has gathered together with the other bullies in their little group, and they want to push you the fuck around. So what you have to do is you have to stand firm, brothers. You have to stand firm. I'm going to tell you why you have to stand firm. And I'm going to take it in fucking order. This is from bottom up. Ready? You have to do it for your bond. Oh, yes, you do. Because she relies on you. You have to do it for your free companion. Oh, yes, you do. Because she looks to you. You have to do it for your brothers because they stand with you. You have to do it for your sim because it's where you have a home. You have to do it for the people that run your sim because they gave you a gift. And top of the heap, you have to do it for yourself. Because otherwise, you just let that other son of a bitch make you his bitch. So, let me come to my core concept this evening. Social Darwinism does not work, but we are trapped in a fictional milieu that promotes it. Therefore, we must endeavor to do our best to rise to the highest bar. And the highest bar is not who can deadlift X amount of weight. In this case, who can click the fastest. The highest bar is not who can use their meter the best. Whether that's a GM meter, an LCS meter, or a QYZ meter, I don't give a shit. That is not the highest bar. There is a higher bar. It is a bar of your reputation, of your true strength, your strength of character. And I don't mean the character you play. And as long as you role play with excellence, good guy or bad guy, as long as you exhibit yourself with the strength of character, of will, of honor, of discipline, and adherence to your beliefs, then you will never, ever be any other man's bitch. Even if they meter kill you, even if they come and crash the sim and pull it out from under you, even if they take your prawns out of your cold, dead hand, you will never be their bitch, because you will have known honor and duty and glory, and you will adhere to it, because the truth tastes good to a belly full of lies. I thank you for listening to me this afternoon, this evening, and I will now open the forum quickly to questions and answers. If you have a question about either what I am specifically talking about this evening or just anything in general, a question or a comment I ask, please type a exclamation point like that so I can keep up. Don't just shout the fuck out, because I'll think you're just talking to your buddies. Gear, go for it. You're first up. Where can I get a can of your awesomeness? Gear, Branwyn sells cans of my awesomeness in easy-to-handle six-pack form. If you will give her the low cost of 10,000 linden, she will be happy to send you over a low prim, maybe even a mesh version of a six-pack of 1Ulric awesomeness that you can have for yourself or share with your friends. Once again, that's low cost of 10,000 linden, not 1,000, 10,000 linden, and all that should be directed to Branwyn. However, please do not bother Branwyn unless you have the money in hand. Anyone else? Questions or comments? It can be a question about what I talked about tonight. It can be a question that relates. It can be a fucking out of nowhere question. It can be a question about fucking anything. It can be a comment about anything. Just type your... Okay, Radish, go ahead. Yes, you are still my bitch, and you will remain my bitch and the bitch of my hall, and the bitch of my hold, and the bitch of my land, and lo, they shall say unto themselves, that's one fine bitch. Over in Moon in the Rock. Terrell, you're up next. Am I? No, I am not. No, I am not. I enjoy the player, you son of a bitch, and I'm gonna get you. Anybody else? Questions, comments? Do not make Win or Bane say some leading question so that there's some kind of learning here. Gear, you're up next. I'm sorry, did I miss that? I didn't see that. I apologize. Let me go before Gear. Hold on a minute. Decembrus, please go ahead, and then after Decembrus. We'll take a question or a comment from Decembrus. Wow, I did not see that. The hell at all. Thank you, Bane. If you are in the back, please shout. I cannot hear Decembrus, and can somebody copy paste for me? He's too far away. Decembrus will need you would need to shout at the distance you're at because you're outside of my chat range. This was posted nowhere, but Snow does make videos of these, and she posts them up to YouTube. And if you need the link to that, just I am Snow, and she would be happy to get it to you. Stoner, you're next. James, Stoner, yeah? You're next up. And yes, Gear already asked his question. I'll get to Gear later. It was a... I probably will not be tonight, Gear, but I might be. If so, later. I'm going to eat dinner after this. And we're going to take Stoner's question and or comment. Well, I know, you live there. Never mind. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Anybody else? Anything at all? No, there's no need to be sorry. That's fine. Any questions or comments you have about this topic of bullying and abuse being replaced for strength in gore, or any questions you have about the Tormark fail, or fucking any issue you want my perspective on, or anything. Toralf, go ahead. If this is a question about a jit, we're gonna wrangle. You might not want to touch on this subject, but I hear a lot of shit about Tree's rep. I know about the Holy War bit, but what else is going on there, speaking of bullies and all? Let me say I know jack shit about the Holy War, but let me speak about Holy Wars for a moment. And as I do, please understand that I am not speaking specifically about any Holy War involving Triev, because I do not have that information. I am not speaking about that. I am speaking about holy wars in general. I am so sick and motherfucking tired of these non-creative bastards. I feel like I am about to have a fucking embolism every time somebody says, "We're going to have us a holy wars." Yes, precious, in gore, holy wars, precious, and it'll go on, and on, and on. Yes, we've got a holy war for our birthdays, precious, it's ours, and we hate all the people that won't let us raid them. We hate all the people that won't let us raid them.
Yes, dear?
We've got a phone call, precious. Yes, love. I hate it. It's the stupidest fucking idea ever. Alright? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Holy War. Because obviously, right, there are no issues with that in real life, right? It's always gone so well in the real world, right? Holy Wars always end to such happy fucking conclusions for fucking everybody. And obviously, we have example after example after example of the books about armed holy wars, okay? Let me tell you what this is. This is yet another bullshit, idiotic excuse, meaning holy wars,
to have raid after raid. I raid you, and then you raid me, and then I raid you, and then you raid me, and it never ends, and it can never be resolved, and there's never a solution, and we just raid and raid and raid and raid and raid, and I'll come and raid you on Thursday, and you'll raid me on Saturday, and then I'll raid you on Monday, and then I'll raid you on Tuesday, because I wanted to raid you again, and then you'll raid me on Wednesday. Then I'll counter-raid you on Wednesday to save my guys, and then I'll come and raid your people, and then I'll take away some of your bitches, and we'll have some fine-ass raping it. It's bullshit. Now, as to Treve's rep. The sound you hear is me whistling. I am whistling to give Bane and Branwen a moment to IM me and say, oh, don't fucking even do it. Oh, don't fucking even do it.
Knock yourself out.
Here we go, kids! You heard her! Open the gate! Let's talk about fucking Treve! Oh my god! Not since fucking Star Wars and Mos Eisley has there been a more ratchet hive of scum and villainy! Are you fucking shitting me? We live on top of a mountain and in a fortress that you can't get into, so you can't effectively raid us, but we can raid you anytime we want. And you're our bitch, and you should get down on your fucking knees and let me wag you in the face with my cock because I deemed you worthy to fucking roleplay. Oh yes, don't you see? We're great roleplayers. Yes, we are. Oh, have your mind? I have never met a more collectively agreed group of asshats since I logged into fucking a cell. These people think they're doing me some kind of fucking favor. Are you out of your gourd? You're doing me a favor by raiding me? This is just all good, but all I have to do is turn my back and I can get fucking raided. These people think they are Odin's gift to SL Gore. If I thought that I could bear to deal with them for half a fucking hour, I would say that every man in the mark should meet tomorrow around 3 SL time. And we should go the fuck over there and plow that sim over and 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 over again until they learn to fucking quit talking smack in IM to fucking people. But the problem with that is they'd call it invalid. Thank you, Branwen. So that's my opinion of Treve. There you go. Up next, Shakira. Shakira, it's your turn at the front of the class. And then after Shakira, we'll get to Alastoriana, whose name I completely fucked. Shakira says, why are the others feeling so threatened by this new meter? I can give you a number of answers. Do you want, let me ask you, Shakira, do you want a realistic, grounded answer, or do you want my bullshit opinion answer? Both are good. Well, people are resistant to change. People don't want to change. People feel comfortable with what they know and they've learned. And therefore they don't want to have a new meter that they have to learn. They don't want to be put in a setup where they have to put out new prims on their sim and possibly have to redo things, and it's seen as a lot of work. It's not really that much work, but that's how it's seen. That's the nice answer. That's the fair answer. That's the answer that has dignity. Here's my answer. Because they're a bunch of pricks.
And they already know how to beat your ass 7 ways to Sunday on the green meter, which, although it was designed by people with good intentions, has led to 9/10 of the bullshit we see in SL Gore. The only combat meter with a spank a girl on the ass option involved. Woohoo! That needed to fucking be in there. The only meter that for ages had coins that you couldn't do anything with, you can now, but you couldn't do anything with people except rob them and laugh in their face. Oh, they don't want to change meters because with the Korean meter, they know that their hot shit FPS motherfuckers can take out 2, 3, 5, 10 times as many people, and they want to keep it. They do not want a more even balanced playing fair field. They want to put their dick in your face, and not in the hot, nice way. All right, that was my opinion. Once again, these are opinions, and they are not held by the owners, operators, and mods of the region. They're just my cocksucking opinions. Alastronia, you're up. I'll try to not distort my voice. Alastronia, a little embarrassing to ask, but I'm checking for sim ruins. If accosted on sim by a wanker, rapist, or others, are we as free women permitted to use weapons if necessary against the offender? Or ought we rely solely on our own wits to disentangle? Your last answer seems to apply anyway. Yes. Use weapons. Yes. Listen. If you're a free woman and some cocksucker gets you into a corner, okay, and you can't get away, alright, pull your knife and stick it in him as many times as you can before he knocks you the fuck out. And if any man in this community gives you shit that you defended yourself with a weapon while someone tried to rape you or take you away by force, I would like you to personally IM me their name so I can have a serious goddamn talk with that fellow. Men are here to protect the women. We want to do it. We need to do it. It's our privilege and our honor to do it. But sometimes it's 4 fucking a.m. and we're asleep in real life, and cocksuckers on sim, and you're doing NLFs or you're doing something, and he just slides up to you and decides to fuck around with you, and there's no man to defend you. No woman should ever be held in ill position for defending herself when she was alone. That being said, if you're surrounded by men, let them beat the shit out of him. Okay, have I missed anybody's? I don't think I have. I think we don't have any other questions or comments. Shakira, if there's only women around, then yes. Yes. If there is only, let's say there are only women on in the city of Ironhall. All the men are someplace. We're raiding, we're logged out, who knows, all right? Let's say that it's at a time when even, for the most part, the region's relatively empty. And some guy comes in and starts shit, okay? And physical shit. I don't mean he's abusive verbally, you know, you can blow somebody like that off, right? Don't start a fight. Don't start a fight. But he decides, oh, I'm gonna rape the hell out of Branwyn, alright? And all the women of the mark that happened to be on said, like, fuck you are, and with Branwyn they all fucking kicked the shit out of him with frying pans and bread boards and their boots in his balls. I have to tell you that not only would I laugh my ass off, I am willing to stake money that so would Bane, so would Jondalar, so would Locke, so would Ryder. The list goes on and on and on. The next day when we went down to the cells to see the fucker, we'd go, you stupid bitch. Oh, you stupid. Whatever. Yeah, you thought you'd fuck with Torby girls, huh? Yeah, you piece of shit. Yeah. No, we gonna feed you to something now. That's what the fuck we do up here. We ain't gonna impale you. We're gonna find something bigger than you and feed you to it. All right, Katrina, you're next. Katrina, excuse me. Katrina says, if we are a by-the-book sim, then why would we even think about role-playing a rape? To the best of my knowledge, it never happened in the books, at least not to the free woman. Well, that's a complex issue. I will say very shortly on that in my opinion, in gore, there is forced sex. Does that equate to earth rape? No. And so I will say to you that is a complex issue. That is a rich tapestry. And I will leave that to Branwen and to Rolf to address in one of their classes at a later date. And I encourage you to go to that class, because that issue right there could cover an hour just of itself. And all I can offer you as a speaker is that I believe that there was forced sex in gore under certain circumstances, but I am not sure that equates to what we see as traditional earthly. Yes, free women are taken prisoners during times of war and used sexually. One moment.
Just to say quickly, the concept of rape is a very vast topic. I will say serial rapists that are raping under the mental disorder that creates serial rapists did not exist in gore. But the line below that, there are various examples. At the end of the day, we let each person choose to what degree they are going to role play with that. That's everybody's individual choice.
And that's what's so bad about this guy that we had to ban, is he was being a serial rapist, he was being a typical earth rapist, and he was not acknowledging people. Stoner, go right ahead, you're up next. Question or commentary from Stoner up next. And by the way, as you can tell by the tone of my melodious tones of my voice, I'm back. Thank you so much for Branwen for answering that. Our eternal font of wisdom. We are very graced and lucky to have. Are there any good poison hairpins for women? Yes, there are quite a few. There's some from, I believe it's VGS Black Market. There are a number of them. You just have to look for them. Here's the only problem with them, but I don't consider it a problem. When you use them on someone, they have to acknowledge through a menu that, so-and-so does whatever do you accept, and you click yes, and then you're poisoned, knocked out, whatever, for X period of time. And some son of a bitches will refuse to acknowledge it and try to come up with a whole lot of shit reasons. But then we've got a mod issue. And I'm all in favor of having a mod issue, because then one of your mods is going to come and met out justice. Doll. Go ahead, Doll.
Remind me tomorrow to put that on our lists, please.
Yes, I will. To
That
put
refusing refusing it can constitute an invalid?
Yes, I will most certainly do that. Dahl, oh, God bless you. Look at this. Dahl's got quite a thing. Dahl has a statement. Here it is. Fittest does not mean strongest. It was meant to mean that which fits in its environment best. It'd be like taking a bird from the rainforest with its bright colors and dropping it into a forest on the Pacific Northwest. It stands out, predators can see it better, and it gets eaten. It had very little to do with strength. The mouse could out-survive the lion if it fit within its environment better. And that point of Darwin led to Conrad's views that humans were an anomaly. I understand that from a social Darwinism point of view, it was the strongest point of view that was taken from the phrase survival of the fittest to justify the class system. But in its pure state, what Darwin meant was literal. The fittest was the species that could best fit in. And it's my statement on why social Darwinism is bullshit, agreeing with Ulrich, because it wasn't meant to mean that to begin with. For the record, this is just me agreeing. Thank you, Dahl. You're absolutely correct on all that. I love it when people agree with me. Branwyn, you're up next.
Sorry for voicing. I'm having difficulties typing. And to support Kira and Dahl, that is one of the reasons why the mark works so well. Because you all fit, and we fit, and it all fits. This is, to some degree, an exercise in social Darwinism. What works, what keeps us healthy, what keeps us united, what are all of those things that fits what we're trying to do and why people are drawn here. So many people say, oh, I've got a small sim, I don't have enough traffic, blah, blah, blah. Iron Hall sucks because we allow this, that, or the other with Disney, whatever. But at the end of the day, what they're not understanding is that they have not actually engaged in appropriate social Darwinism. They have not created what fits, what people are looking for, that creates a healthy, prosperous, and no OC drama, this kind of community. To some degree, at the end of the day, anybody who wants to say, Iron Hall's not Korean, I think we're absolutely Korean. We absolutely have effectively engaged in social Darwinism. I don't know if that made sense.
Oh, it made perfect sense, and thank you. I happen to also agree that we fit and that we are very Korean. Stoner, you're up next. Well, would you consider Gore more social Darwinism or closer to a Nietzschean philosophy? I would consider it a unhappy mixture of the worst parts of both. However, I don't think that the Nietzschean philosophy completely fits here because it is not the arrival of one becoming the Übermensch. It is more that one is simply born the Übermensch. I think at this point we're going to go ahead and end up here. Thank you so much for attending. As always, I am always very, very gratified that anyone would want to listen to the rantings of this old man. I bid you strength. I bid you peace. And I hope you all go now. Go forth and role play. Go down on the sim. Have a great time. Rolf's going to have a class later. Go to that. There's going to be an LCS practice. Go to that. Have a great time. Remember, you are what makes this place work. Wear that with pride and not arrogance. Your community appreciates you as you appreciate your community. Again, I bid you peace. Good night.